Hello, I'm John Taylor. I am in the AMD Global Business Units. I'm very excited to kick things off with you guys today. Thank you so much to all of you who have joined us here in the room in Las Vegas for the kickoff of the 2013 Consumer Electronics Show with AMD. Nice to see a standing room only crowd in the back. Also want to give a special thank you to those of you who are joining us via the webcast. And we have a fantastic one to show for you today. You may already be hearing a little bit of it. So the audio that you hear coming through this wall on my left, and maybe it's coming up through your feet in the floor, this is what we call our AMD Surround House demonstration. So I could talk about it, or I could show it to you. So why don't I take a walk inside the Surround House and let you guys see what we believe really represents, in many ways, the future and the future possibilities of home theater, home gaming experiences, really a level of digital and audio immersion unlike anything we've ever seen before. So I'm going to walk back to the Surround House, and we're going to get ready to take a look at what I mean by a level of an audio and visual experience that no one's ever seen. As I step into the room and kind of spin through, what you'll see is 10 different high-definition displays provided by our Surround House partner Vizio. These are LED displays, and they are being powered by a single AMD PC. And that PC is an FX 8150 CPU, as well as 3 AMD AMD FirePro 8000 graphics cards. This demo is about more than the pixels, but let me tell you a little bit about that. As this demo is running, you're seeing 600 megapixels being rendered every second. And to put that in perspective, if you're familiar with the Ultra HD spec or 4K video, this is about 3 times the amount of resolution all around me here to that new Ultra HD spec. And then from an audio perspective, we've, I think, gone someplace no one's really gone before. This is 32.4 spatial audio. So 32 channels of audio with 4 subwoofer channels. And it's about how you can get immersed in the experience of the pixels all around you, but like in a very natural setting, audio that is perfectly paired to the images you're seeing. Unlocks new possibilities in the idea of, let's say, digital filmmaking, clearly in the idea of where digital gaming can go from here. You really haven't seen anything yet. So with that, I'll give one more thank you to Vizio, our sponsor of Surround House, and I'd then like to welcome Lisa Su, our Senior Vice President and General Manager of AMD's Global Business Units, to the stage to keep things going. Lisa?
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us here in Las Vegas at CES. It's really, really exciting to be here today because what we want to do is give you a taste of what AMD technology can bring, and hopefully you saw a little bit of that from JT in the Surround House. Today I want to talk both about vision and about execution. In terms of vision, about 6 months ago we talked about the concept of surround computing. Surround computing is the idea of really bringing a 4th dimension to computing. Yes, it's about compute, yes, it's about graphics, yes, it's about 3-dimensional displays. We have Eyefinity, which is one of AMD's premier technologies. But I also asked one of our senior fellows, Bill Hurd, who's standing here in the back, to really put his thinking cap on and say, how can we really bring surround computing to reality? It's really about the combination of graphics, video, multimedia, audio capability, and a spatial surround capability that is something that AMD technology can uniquely offer. So what you'll see in there, especially after the press conference, you'll see some of the technologies come to life in a very, very special view of surround computing. What I'd like to do for the rest of the hour here is talk about our execution. 2013 is a year of very, very exciting new products for AMD, as well as execution on our vision of where consumers are going in the future. It is about transforming the industry. There is so much we can do with the computing technologies that we have. We need to bring it to the consumers in a way that they can really feel it, touch it, and experience it. And that's what we're focused on here at AMD. It's about driving it through immersive experiences as well as systems that really inspire. And that's the theme of our conference this afternoon. So first, it's going to be about products. Products are really the center of our attention. It's the center of our universe. we have a stunning lineup coming up this year in terms of leadership products across our entire consumer portfolio. And we're going to give you the previews of some of these products for the first time here at CES this afternoon. We're going to talk about our discrete graphics line. You're going to see how discrete graphics really permeates our entire roadmap in terms of its capabilities and our investment in leadership, both across our consumer Radeon as well as our FirePro lines. We'll talk about our performance ultra-thins. Ultra-thins started last year, and we thought they did very, very well, but there's a lot we can do with ultra-thins as they go forward. This year, we'll be announcing 2 new ultra-thin mainstream products. Richland, which we will talk to you about today for the first time in terms of what it can do, as well as Kaveri. Both of these products will bring computing to the next level in our AMD A-series capability. We'll also show our first quad-core SoC. This will be the industry-first Kabini low-power capability, and we're very, very excited about what we can do there. And then we'll have lots of interesting demos around tablets and really introducing a new performance tablet category. So with that, let's get it started. I'd like to invite Matt Skinner, who's our head of our graphics division, to talk about the graphics portfolio. Matt?
Thank you, Lisa. Technology leadership is key to our AMD GPU graphics strategy. Leadership from the first 28 nanometer GPU, first DX11 GPU, first GPU with GDDR5, the list goes on and on. And 2012 was no different. We began the year by launching the HD 7970 series. And the flagship product in that lineup, the Gigahertz edition, is the world's fastest GPU. And still today, it reigns as the world's fastest GPU. From a notebook point of view, we began the year, we launched the HD 7000M series of notebook products. And we also launched our AMD Enduro technology, which took power management for GPUs on a notebook to another level. And we've also launched some pretty neat notebooks this year with our partners. One of them is what I call the ultimate AMD gaming notebook. And this is a MSI notebook that has a special gaming keyboard, nice screen, really good audio, and it's powered by an AMD A10 APU and a HD Radeon 7970. This is awesome to play games on. And let's not forget our AMD FirePro line. You know, we've had a great year in FirePro, gained some momentum, gained some market share. Leadership is important there too. We took our GCN architecture, our graphics core next architecture, and we launched it with the W series and the S series in Q3 and Q4 of this year. Culminated with the S10000 server graphics card. And that GPU is the ultimate GPU for compute. And in fact, on the Green 500 list that was launched in Q4, the Green 500 list has the world's most energy efficient supercomputers. The S10000 was the #1 GPU on that list. Now what permeates all of that is our GCN architecture. And our graphics core next architecture, I believe, is the best GPU technology to drive games. And games push our graphics cards more than any other medium. And that's why that market is so important to us. It also represents a massive market business opportunity. If you look at opportunities in game console, or from a PC graphics gaming point of view, JPR did some research and did a study a little while ago, talked about the size of the hardware gaming market. In 2011, 2012, that was about, I think, $22 million, billion. In 2013, that's going to be $25 billion. And that's PC gaming hardware from joysticks to graphics cards, etc. So it's a big market is gaming, and we want to participate in that market. So gaming's central to our graphics strategy. We want to lead in what we call the 4 corners of gaming. So that's in game console, in gaming in the cloud, and in PC, like gaming in the client, and also with the content developers. That is key. Now, if you've been watching, in the last couple of years, we've really stepped up our game when it comes to working with game developers. The titles that have come out in 2012 that have been associated with our AMD Gaming Involved program are really, really cool. Games like Far Cry 3, upcoming BioShock, Tomb Raider that's upcoming. These are cool titles, and we're doing really well with the game developers, working closely with them and bringing great experiences to market. The content drives everything we do from a hardware point of view. But things are changing on how games are delivered. People used to go to a store and they buy a game box off the shelf and they go home and play it. And they started to digitally download them. But in the future, what's going to happen is there's an opportunity for cloud gaming, where gaming is instant and the latest revs you can play right off the right from the cloud. And so things are changing, and we've partnered with a company called CNOW. And CNOW has technology to have the smoothest gameplay streamed from the cloud to either PCs or Macs or mobile devices, tablets, set-top boxes, smart TVs. And our hardware has been optimized such that we have the fastest solution from a gaming cloud point of view with CNOW. Also with CNOW, our hardware can stream more games per GPU. And what that means, it makes it a more efficient and more cost-effective solution. From a game console point of view, AMD is the leader. If you look at the 3 of the 4 available consoles today, they all have AMD hardware in them. And in fact, in the latest one released, Nintendo Wii U, driven by AMD hardware. And you can see that in the back corner here of the Experience Center. We intend to continue to lead in this market. And in PC gaming, we've got to continue to lead from a performance point of view. I talked about the world's fastest GPU. That's important to continue to take the hardware performance to a higher and higher level. But we also want to bring immersive experiences. You saw an immersive experience in the surround house. When we brought Eyefinity to market 2 years ago, that really changed the PC gaming experience. It took the PC gaming experience from a single screen experience to 3 screens, to 5 screens even, really changing how people played games. And actually you can see Eyefinity also in the back. There's 2 systems running Eyefinity in the back here later when you're looking around. But it really changed the game. And when you look at audio, with the 7970, we also launched DDM audio, which is multi-positional audio, which you've seen in the surround house. And that increases the immersiveness of the game. And you'll see going forward that we'll do even more with audio from a gaming point of view. We're not stopping there. We got to continue to move forward. And in fact, today we're launching the AMD Radeon HD 8000M series, our new lineup for notebooks. 8000M series we're launching is the HD 8500, 8600, 8700, and 8800M GPUs. This is our 2nd generation GCN architecture. AMD is still the only GPU manufacturer with fully compatible DX11.1. We bring better power management to the game with AMD Adero technology. Brings automatic seamless switching between the discrete GPU and the integrated, plus power to it and zero-core power. What zero-core power allows us to do is when we're in idle, we can shut the GPU down completely to save power. And as with any graphics launch, we got to increase performance, right? And so we're increasing performance year over year in each segment by 25%. An awesome accomplishment by our engineering team. And we're going to have these GPUs shipping from OEMs like Samsung, Lenovo, Asus, and on. And more and more will be announced in the next coming weeks. So I'd ask Lisa to come back up and talk about some of the APUs that leverage some of our graphics technologies. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Matt. And hopefully you got from Matt the deep commitment that we have to leadership in graphics. It's really at the core of what makes AMD special, and it's at the core of what will deliver surround computing. So now let me move to the client part of our roadmap, our A-series APUs. 2012 was a very eventful year for us in our A-series lineup. Really what we've been doing is successfully increasing the performance capability of our A-series APUs and going into newer and more innovative form factors. 2012, we shipped numerous APUs running in ultra-thin form factors, very, very efficient power performance at affordable price points, and we were able to expand the number of OEMs that were using AMD systems. We also established the HSA Foundation. One of the keys when we started with the APU architecture is putting our processors and graphics together is how can we utilize that performance as effectively as possible. And we knew that as good as the hardware is, it's about the ecosystem. And how do we get the ecosystem expanded? So we introduced the HSA Foundation in 2012, and we had stunning reception from the overall ecosystem, with our founders being ARM, Qualcomm, Samsung, Texas Instruments, Imagination, MediaTek, and numerous other companies that have joined the HSA Foundation since we started it. And then, of course, for the desktop enthusiast market, we continue to focus on that market with the announcement of our FX 8350 lineup in the fourth quarter of last year, and setting new speed records with our overclocking capability. But as I said, this is really just the beginning for where we want to take the A-Series going forward. I wanted to start this section by really talking about some of the new form factors that have come in. And I especially wanted to talk about one of the most innovative platforms from ASUS that they've announced. So with that, I'd like to invite S.Y. Su from ASUS, who runs the notebook business, up to talk about the ASUS platforms. S.Y.? Thank you, S.Y.
Actually, we are very the AMD event here, and also I think AMD is a very valuable partner to the ASUS for many years. And also ASUS is quite exciting and be part of the AMD to try to bring to the market in this year.
Thank you, S.Y. We really appreciate the partnership with ASUS. And I think what is so special is that the form factors that you put out have some of the most innovative components to them, and also really the most beautiful industrial design. So maybe tell us a little bit about your new U38 system.
Okay. Actually, I think when we are start to looking at the AMD solution, I think both the AMD APU and the discrete graphic all match to the ASUS. We try to provide the best performance and feature to the customer. And actually, this machine is we co-work with AMD and Microsoft. We try to bring the best Windows 8 user experience to the market, and also with the Full HD high definition resolution, and also very fast response for touch, and a very beautiful IPL looking on the 18mm the Z height, and also 2-second instant resume and the width of the standby time. And of course, the most important, the AMD A10 CPU to provide best performance within this segment.
I have to say, S.Y., congratulations on your design. This is one of my favorite notebooks. Actually, I'm trying to get one for myself, so they're very, they're very, very good. Thank you so much for the partnership with ASUS, and we really look forward to success in the ultimate market with ASUS.
Yeah, thank you.
I also wanted to show off another form factor that was announced just today by HP, one of our other partners. HP announced the HP Sleepbook, which is a fully touch-enabled Sleepbook running Windows 8. It is, once again, powered by AMD A-Series, and it has full touch capability at one of the most affordable price points. So another example of really taking the A-Series technology throughout OEM lineups. Okay, so with that, let me talk a little bit about products. We have a lot of exciting products coming out, and really, as I said, it's about execution in the market and delivering OEM systems. Let me first start by talking about Richland. Richland is new to our roadmap, and it was something that was really conceived as a wonderful way to both utilize our Trinity momentum and technology that we had in 2012 into the first half of 2013 with a very, very good performance improvement, both in the graphics and the CPU space. We'll get over 20 to 40% performance improvement across the A8 and A10 lineup, and this gives us better battery life, and once again, it's an opportunity for us to differentiate in this area. It allows our OEMs to really take some of the chassis that were developed in 2012 and extend them, as well as add some of the touch features for Windows 8 that's very, very critical. And what we're doing with the Richland systems is also introducing both the new branding capabilities. So you'll notice the brands of AMD A, A10 really talking about our elite quad-core performance, throughout the lineup, as well as a new set of elite experiences. So very important when we talk about our roadmaps here. The hardware is one piece of it, but we're trying to get a much more immersive experience to really come out as part of these new form factors. So AMD Elite Experiences is being shown off here at the Experience Center, and what we're really showing off is some of the new capabilities that we can have with our APU technology. So we will be introducing new software bundles with the Richland A8 and A10 system that do really cool functions. Things like facial recognition, so we'll be able to use that to log into websites, and so it really makes it a much more interactive capability, as well as gesture control using the cameras on the OEM system, as well as other capabilities like sharing your content with AMD Screen Mirror and some optimized games for these systems. So let me show you what that is in a video. Already to OEMs, and you'll see systems in the first half of this year utilizing the A8, A10 capability with the integrated Elite software experiences. So very, very key for our 2013 ultra-thin and desktop roadmap. So with that, now let me go into the low power space. And I think the low power space is where a tremendous amount of innovation is happening today. And here for AMD, it's really around our new product called Kabini. We've talked a little bit about Kabini before, but we really haven't shown Kabini in a public audience before CES this year. And for this year, we will showcase some of the early OEM design systems and ODM design systems with Kabini. Kabini is the first quad-core SoC in the industry. We will be shipping in the first half of 2013. It's over 50% performance increase compared to our Brazos 2.0, which was the most successful AMD platform before today. It increases both CPU and graphics performance, and really that integration, by integrating the sound bridge onto the SoC, gives us really excellent battery life. And that is really the value proposition around the AMD Kabini system. What I'd like to do is really show you what they can do in a performance comparison. So what I'm showing here are two side-by-side systems. One is a Kabini ODM system that we've been working on for the past couple of months. The other is an Intel Core i3 Ivy Bridge system. The Kabini system is 15 watts and is running typical for us. We're running MuseMate, which is a typical photo editing application that uses OpenCL as the format. And you can see that the AMD Kabini is just running much faster. And it really is able to integrate both the CPU and the GPU performance in a very nice way. So with the Kabini systems, we think we'll be able to go into ultra-thin as well as small form factor PCs. And we'll be able to take the performance capability to different levels. Kabini will offer full quad-core capability in this lineup. And I think at the entry levels that we're talking about, I think that is really stunning. So we're almost done here on the Kabini side. And you can see that we still have a ways to go on the Core i3 Ivy Bridge system. So just a little bit longer. But it gives you really a view of what we think the technology is capable of. I will say for sure that Kabini has come up very, very well. We have sampled to numerous OEM customers, and you'll see systems in market in the first half of 2013. So with that, that gives you a view of where we are with Kabini. So next, and I think most exciting, is what's happening in the tablet form factor. I think from the tablet standpoint, I think I was reading somewhere that CES probably has more tablets per capita here in Las Vegas than anywhere else, especially this week. And I think that's true. I think this is the most exciting part of the market. It's the growth area of the market, and it's where a lot of the innovation is happening. When I think about what we need to do as an industry around tablets, there's still a lot more innovation to go. If you look at tablets today, there's basically two ends of the spectrum. The first end is processors for consumption devices. They're very nice tablets. They're really great at viewing and watching movies and things like that. But they're light consumption devices. They really don't give you the full productivity that a notebook does. On the other hand, you have some who are trying to take notebook processors and really put them in a tablet form factor. There, you get the performance, but you really don't get the battery life, and you really don't get the form factor because you really, you can't get into a fanless, very thin design. What we're introducing with Tamash is the ability to get the best of both worlds. This is truly a performance tablet and with no compromises. Tamash is a dual-core, quad-core capability that really is less than 5 watts, gets you into fanless designs, and you're able to run full Windows 8 compatibility. And that is a very, very strong statement. When you look at what we're trying to do with Tamash, it really is to try to deliver all things in one package. We have up to 100% more performance than our Hondo predecessor. And I'll show you very shortly, our Hondo predecessor is really quite good. This is the fastest x86 SoC available in the market for tablets. I do believe that this is the highest performance tablet processor out there. And it runs full Microsoft Windows 8 capability. So let me show you a couple of demos of Tamash in action. So first, sorry about that. First, just to give you a little bit of framework of what the state of the art is for tablet technology today. On the left here, I have a Intel Clover Trail system, and on the right here, I have a Hondo system, which is the current shipping product that we have in the marketplace. They are running Modern Warfare 2, which is a popular game, and you can see the difference between the AMD tablet and the Intel Clover Trail tablet. The color and the frame rate on the Clover Trail tablet is just not nearly up to speed for this type of capability, while the Hondo tablet really has a very, very natural flowing capability. And that shows you, the state-of-the-art technology today. You will see a number of Hondo tablets in the market this year, and that technology is very, very strong and does well versus current shipping technology. So with that, now I'd like to show you what Tamash looks like. This is a Wistron ODM platform running Tamash. Once again, we're showing the capabilities here. 10 millimeters, 10.6 inch in diameter, fanless design. It's really, really gorgeous. You can come take a look at it after the show here. And this is running full 1080p. No tablet can do this in the marketplace today. This is something that we find very special. My friend Chris here is driving. I hope he's doing a good job. Dirt Showdown too, I'm told. But you can see the vivid imagery, the just beautiful graphics and screen capability. Once again, this is something that we can uniquely do with the Tamash technology because we're taking both the performance category together with low power to come up with a performance tablet. Chris, you did good there. Thank you. So with that, you get a view of why we're so excited about 2013. Our 2013 lineup, if you take a look at it, is really full of exciting new products. The first half of this year, we have a very strong offering across Tamash, Kabini, and Richland in our client roadmap. Matt talked to you about what we're doing in graphics, very exciting work there. And then we also have our Kaveri product, which is coming in the second half of 2013. Kaveri integrates the graphics Core-Next technology into our new into our APUs, as well as the next generation x86 core and steamroller, and it has our HSA features enabled on Kaveri as well. That will be available for shipments in the second half of 2013. So once again, I think 2013 is really both vision, we saw with surrounding computing, and execution as we go into the products on the product roadmap. So very exciting year for us here at AMD. Now, before I finish off, I wanted to do one more thing, which was to talk about partnerships and what it means to really bring surround computing to life and bring computing to the next level. We're very, very, very pleased to announce today, together with our partner Vizio, a new partnership across our companies that includes a number of different form factors and really a deep relationship in terms of our roadmap going forward. So with that, I'd like to introduce Lily Knowles, who is Vice President of Marketing at Vizio.
proud of. So please tell me a little bit about what Visio is doing.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Well, I know we raised a few eyebrows last year when we announced that we were entering the PC category. And as a company that's always been dedicated to that visual experience, we saw an opportunity as consumers were now consuming content more and more, not only on their TV, but on other devices, on PCs, tablets, and other screens, but especially in the PC space. We really saw a great opportunity to deliver consumers a really fantastically consumer-focused design that would really give them the best visual experience, and that would combine both a beautiful industrial design, great entertainment experience, obviously with our standards for picture quality, as well as audio quality, and then the performance that they need to do, the tasks that they need to do, all with a really great pure Windows experience. So with that, I think the response has been fantastic since last year, and so I'm really excited to be here again this year, standing here with you, to be able to announce a brand new lineup of models, all with touch, and with a brand new partner who I believe shares in that same vision of our brand promise.
Well, thank you so much, Lily. I think we've all been extremely impressed with Visio as a consumer brand, and then what you're bringing to the PC market is really sort of the next step and something very special. So tell us a little bit about your systems.
Absolutely. So what we have here today first is a 24-inch all-in-one with touch, with 10-finger capacitive touchscreen display, a beautiful full HD 1080p resolution screen combined with, again, a 2.1 surround sound system, all powered by the A10 with the AMD Radeon HD graphics. And together we believe that provides really a phenomenal visual as well as overall entertainment experience when you combine that audio and visual quality together. And with the 24-inch, as is the case with all of our PCs since day one, and is with all the models we're announcing today, every single one comes with Microsoft Signature for that great bloatware-free out-of-box experience, and we're very proud of that. Next, we have two thin lights that we're announcing today. Both, again, with touchscreen displays, a 15.6-inch full HD 1080p display, and a 14-inch HD display. Again, both powered by the A10 with discrete graphics. What's interesting about both of these thin lights is that we're actually using standard voltage parts in these thin lights. And what that means is that consumers are going to be able to get desktop performance in a very beautiful, very thin, very portable laptop that is just over half an inch thick. And I think that's something that's going to be a very unique proposition in the marketplace that consumers are going to be very keen to have this spring.
I would really encourage you guys to come around to this after the show. These are really beautiful, beautiful platforms.
But
I think you have one more.
there's one more, right? There's only one more thing. And what I'm really excited today to be able to share with everyone is our latest addition to the computing family. And that's our 11.6-inch tablet PC with full Windows 8. Again, this is, of course, a full 1080p touchscreen display. In this case, when our engineers started the product design for this, clearly the picture quality was of paramount importance to us. And it was for that reason that the Z60 was really the clear choice for us, as it was the only chipset that could deliver both on the 1080p picture quality that we desired, as well as the thin, fanless tablet design that we desired. So in this design, less than 0.4 inches thick, you'll see that this is really the ideal product design we felt consumers really needed. Combine that with AMD's graphic performance, we feel that this tablet really exemplifies really the true tablet experience and takes full advantage of the Windows 8 experience to give consumers something that they can both work and play on.
I think this is gorgeous. This really defines the no compromises tablet and performance tablet category. So all I can say is congratulations. Very, very, very exciting.
Very much.
Thank you, Lily. I think it's exciting when you see new entrants like Vizio who come into the PC market and really change the way we think about new form factors and really push the envelope on design. So with that, I'm going to bring our conference here to a close and really just close on a couple of key points. As I said, this is about, for AMD, both vision and execution. Our vision is around surround computing. We are going to continue to talk about this mantra for the next several years, and you're going to continue to see exciting new demonstrations of that technology. I really encourage all of you to visit the Surround House after the show. There'll be about 10 to 15 people can go into the house at the same time, and Bill will be the master of ceremonies and talk to you about the technology and what we're trying to do there. It's also about delivering on our products and delivering on our product systems with our OEMs. So hopefully you got an idea of what we're trying to do here at AMD in 2013. You spend some time with a lot of our folks who are here today. So with that, I think we have time to take a couple of questions.
Pat.
Lisa, how are you? With your microphone?
Yeah, we got a mic coming with that.
Hi Lisa, Pat Moorhead, More Insights and Strategy. Just a question on Tamash. What benefit are you getting from it being a true SoC?
Yeah, that's a good question, Pat. So, when we really think about the benefit of the SoCs, it is we're integrating the South Grid with Tamash, and so we are getting a number of benefits. We're getting first, we're getting power benefits because we're on a single chip versus two chips, and we're also getting footprint benefits. So when we talk about how much room you have in one of these sleek designs, you don't have a lot. So we really get that there, and we're not taking any compromises on performance and the capability. So in terms of battery life, very, very good battery life, and then performance, dual and quad-core systems on there.
Can you talk yet about are you going to get an extra 2 hours, extra 3 hours, or are you ready to talk about that yet?
Well, we'll have a number of OEM systems that we'll talk about later on in the year, and as I said, you'll see systems in market in the first half of the year. So we'll get into a few more of the performance specs as we get closer to systems on shelves.
Sergeant.
Follow on to the question, is that a single silicon piece or single chip with the two dies?
It is a single silicon piece, and actually that's helpful because I forgot to hold up the chip. So this is Tamash, single piece of silicon, very very nice compact package.
If I may, one more follow-up question. In the presentation, there were several notations, numbers assigned to certain statements. Would we get the notes on those?
Yeah, we'll make the presentation available for download. Michael?
Yes, question. Richland has you said the same basic cores and the same basic process technology as Trinity, so what's different?
Yeah, Richland is really, if you think about it, it's a great optimization of the Trinity architecture. So we have increased frequency, we have increased graphics performance, we have improved advanced power management capabilities that we've added to it. So we will get better battery life, we will get better performance, and then we add on top of it the elite experiences with our software bundling capabilities. So I think in terms of an upgrade, it's a very substantial upgrade from the Trinity APU.
Any other questions? Nathan?
Yes, can you give us a feeling for how your treatment of power management in Hondo and Tamash will affect battery life, given that you don't have connected standby implemented in those chips?
Yeah, we have, actually with both Hondo and Tamash, we've done quite a bit on the power management side. We've done quite a bit to ensure that we have instant-on capability as well. So I think with Tamash, it's fairly optimized from a power management standpoint. And once again, in terms of battery life, we'll have a full instant-on capability.
Second row here again.
Hi, my name is Kasara from Japan. So, could you tell me a processor for Tamashi processor? So, it's a 28 nanometer scale. So, on the TSMC?
Yeah, the Tamash processor is 28 nanometer. The Zini is 28 nanometer.
They're both based on the Jaguar-based CPU, which is our new CPU core family. I won't get into the manufacturing detail, but I will say that 28 nanometer has come up very well for us, and it's worked quite well.
Theo?
Theo Valish, Bright Side of News. I have a question. Do you guys support USB 3.0 with all of your ultra-low power devices?
I believe the answer is yes. Yes? Yes. I have my trusty experts back there, so the answer is yes.
Any other questions? Thank you everyone for coming out today, and like Lisa said, do go check out this